Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. I apologise for being a minutes late, but I am here. And We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation, been around 5.5 years or so, putting in solid foundation to be here for many generations, now growing and expanding our economy to benefit all our citizens. All our citizens hold our currency. We give it to them free every month, and anybody can become a citizen. You come along and register, that's it. There's no fee, there's no obligation. We're also a non-separatist community. That means we don't separate people into groups or or anything based on what they look like, what the gender is, where they come from, or anything else. We simply see everybody as a human being, part of one big family, all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, and all of equal value to our community. We have a little affirmation in a moment that'll help us with that ideology, and that'll come straight after our very short opening prayer to help us find true happiness in life. We're not talking about short-term pleasure. We're talking about something that's always with you. So that within, it gives you that calmness, that peace of mind, that ever new joy within. You wake up with it, you go to bed with it, it's with you throughout the day. You'll still have peaks of pleasure and times when things not going quite so well and you'll feel a little bit down. But underneath it all, you'll have that calmness that helps you to deal with everything in the right way. And that is a wonderful thing to have. And it's something that you can only get through loving service to other people. It's not something that you can buy. And that's what our little prayer is about. The great thing about being of loving service to other people, of course, is not only does it bring you that joy, it helps other people be happy, and it attracts into your life everything else that you want and need. So that is what our little prayer is about. And we're going to have it now, followed by that affirmation, and then we'll get on to the business of the day, bringing you the updates, where we are and what's going on. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation: we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Okay, let's welcome you in, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recordings. We're streaming into Facebook group We Share Abundance publicly, X and YouTube, and the recordings are all available there automatically. A lot of people do watch the recordings because 7 p.m. London time isn't convenient for everybody. But we do have quite a number of people here, and you're equally welcome, whether you're watching the recordings or not, whether you're watching live. It's wonderful if you are here live. You can pop in your name, where you're from. You can interact with other members, and you can ask any questions if you have them. And we'll always do our best to answer them for you. And I see we've got Ron in from Amsterdam in Holland, and he's top of the pops today, top of the list. So he's been here for a while, waiting anxiously for the updates. And we got Ramachandra in from Watford in England, and Bayago from India. We've got Bozina in from Edinburgh in Scotland. Don from Vancouver Island in Canada. Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal. Norman from Doncaster, England. Carl from New Zealand. Good morning. Yeah, it's evening here, late-ish evening, getting into night here. And of course, it's morning in New Zealand. And we have people all over the world, you know, there's different times of day for all sorts of different people in different places. We've got Shukuzian from Nigeria, Gary from St Albans in England, Nankiep from Nigeria, Willie from Texas in the United States, Leon from California in the United States, Radio Pirata from Puerto Rico. Lovely to have you all with us. And let's get started. Let's start off with the numbers. And these are for the last 48 hours because we didn't have a live yesterday. We have them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, so in the last 48 hours, we had an increase of 11 in the 777 plan to 45,751 participants. We had an increase of 35 in our registered members in We Share Abundance to 55,310. 35 also increase in the active member count to 2,960. 23 is the number in the Success Blueprint, and that's no change. No change either in the Easy Team Builder, stays at 1,191. Best Plan Ever is up 5 to 1,209. And the Share Hope Powerline Plan Pro members up 1 to 768. We're up 73 in the registered members for Thinking into Reality to 3,927. And we're up, don't read me writing. We're up 17 in the bronze membership for Thinking into Reality to 1,352. And our social media site, Your Happy Place, we had an increase of 1,105. We now have 18,519 members registered in that site. Not all active, but we do have 8,652 that are active, and that is up 363 people. And it's a very good source for you to make friends, and as Dale Carnegie would say, make friends and influence people. No, you can make friends and help them out, and then you can guide them into our programs, particularly TIR and all our other programs. So the first step, of course, is to request a friend with somebody, and you can send them a little message saying, you know, I've been here for a while, I'd like to make friends with you, and if I can help you in any way, let me know. You know, I probably know my way around the site a bit better, having been here a bit longer. Something along those lines, you know, just trying to be helpful. And people will, generally speaking, accept your friend request, and then you can build on that. Okay. What's been going on development-wise today? Development-wise today, we pretty much got the system for delivering the products for Thinking into Reality. That will be one of my priorities tomorrow. Vishal has commenced with, or pretty much completed that. We need to just test it and get some of the trainings in there, so that so that it'll work, and so that you're getting value for your money. And there isn't an awful lot left to do in thinking into reality, but there are a couple of things that I am looking at and that we will be doing. And one of them, we're going to implement a special offer for people, you know, within the first 7 days that they join. If they join the bronze and silver, we're going to give them a 10% discount. And if they join bronze, silver and gold, they'll get a 20% discount. So instead of paying 100 for the first two, it'd be 90. And instead of paying 250 for the whole bundle, they'll be able to get it for 200. And hopefully that'll help motivate a few people to get involved in all the programs, and it'll move things along quicker. But they'll also get the better value of all the trainings, which will help them to be, do, and have everything that they want in life. Gary's saying, how close are we to product release? Well, very close. I'm hoping that we're going to get some stuff in there tomorrow. It won't all be there, of course, but we'll start getting stuff out there from tomorrow, hopefully. The new video, we've got a couple of new videos actually, and one of them is in Spanish, and that can be very useful. But you know, there's an awful lot of Spanish speaking countries, and there are a lot of people in countries that even if they don't speak Spanish, they can understand it better than English. I mean, in Brazil, they all speak Portuguese, but a lot of them also speak Spanish. In Portugal, they speak Portuguese, but a lot also speak Spanish. And in Spain, a lot of people, surprisingly, speak Spanish. All of South America, pretty much, apart from Brazil and Suriname, pretty much it is Spanish speaking. And there are a lot of Spanish speakers, even in North America, Canada and Mexico and the United States, of course, and quite a lot all over the world. So I got that video, and it's something that you can use, and it is also on YouTube. You'll find it in our YouTube videos there. Most of you are watching in YouTube, so you know where our YouTube is with all the things in, so you can use it, and hopefully it'll help us expand into those areas where maybe a lot of people don't speak English and they don't really know what's going on, so they can get involved through that video. I also spent quite a bit of time today on the Profit Express and Lead Sleep funnels and things, changing them around slightly to reflect the change in the way we present the program. The program is the same. The compensation plan is the same, but we're going to be presenting it in a different way. And I think I've covered most of the things. Well, I think I've got them all actually covered. The only thing that remains now is the compensation plan video. And so I want to prioritize that plus the product release tomorrow, and I'll see how much of that I can get done. But I do need to get that compensation plan video done to reflect the way that we are now promoting things. And we've got Deborah in from Southern Alabama, USA as well. So that is Vishal and myself. Devyani has been working on Fun Miracles, and we're pretty much ready. I think probably by tomorrow we will be able to release the rewards for playing the free games. It will show in the leaderboard for the free games. It will not only show the current week, but it will show the previous weeks as well, because sometime on Thursday, probably midnight Thursday or something like that, the week will end, and that will go into and be there as last week's winners, and they'll get cash paid into their available cash wallet, starting at $10 down to $1 if they're in position 10, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and so on for positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to position 10. And I think that will then give us something additional to promote there. That will need a little bit of a change to we have a lead sleep funnel for that, or a splash page anyway, for the Fun Miracles. And we'll probably do a bit more stuff there so that we can promote that as well. And people will be in there, and they'll be able to win money and just playing free. But the big money, of course, will become from those $2 games, and they can win tens of thousands of dollars if they win a few games on the run in those paid games. Okay. Yeah, sure, Gary. You can share anything with the people. I suggest you put it in the Facebook group. We share a button publicly. Excuse me, and people can pick it up there. Do use the promotional page or something. It's in TIR. It's at the top right, the link there, because it does get updated, and there are things in there that'll help you. There are links for the different pages that we have in TIR. If you don't want to be bothered getting into Lead Sleep and or Profit Express or anything like that, you can just add your affiliate link at the end of any of those pages that we have in TIR. And some of them that are not in the menu, the splash pages, you get the links for those in that promotion tools or whatever it's called page. So it's good to keep checking there. If we get anything more to add, we will add it. And of course, the link to the Spanish page is in there. Make sure, of course, you add your affiliate link at the end of any URL you're using when you're promoting. Very simple to add. It's just the same URL that you see in your address bar. And then at the end, you add a question mark, REF equals, and then your username. And that will make sure that you get credit for anybody that sees your link and comes along and joins. And we've got Willie from Texas saying that Gary has created some wonderful pages to help you promote. And then, yeah, and if you're happy with getting into Lead Sleep, which, you know, you can do free, and it's a wonderful tool, and you can also get traffic there. If you spend a bit of time going through it, it'll teach you how to drive traffic and everything else. So it's a very good program, but some people just don't feel they want to be bothered with doing it. It's up to you, you know. But gradually, if you just keep coming back to it, I think you'll find Lead Sleep is a really good tool for you. And of course, you can build a list in there, and it's totally free until I think you've got 500. I think once you've got 500 people on your list, then you need to start paying. But if you've got 500 people on your list, to be paying $25 or whatever it is a month isn't going to be a big inconvenience for you. Okay. So that is where we are. We, as I say, Devyani, we should get those free games available to win money, hopefully tomorrow. And we should also get the compensation plan for TIR put into the new format, and hopefully we'll get some training up there as well. It'll be a bit busy. I've also got meetings tomorrow regarding the banking system, or whatever we call it, payment system, starting at 9 o'clock. So that's going to take me some time as well, on top of all the routine stuff, you know, the boring stuff that you always need to do, you know, like the accounting and bookkeeping and, you know, all those bits and pieces that are just there and had to be done. Willie says you don't need lead sleep for these. Okay, whatever. So there you go. There are lots of people prepared to help you, but they're not going to do it for you. Nobody is ever going to do it for you. We come as close as we can to it in our programs, you know, 777 plan, thinking into reality. But we've got people complaining already, you know, I've been in this for over a, no, well, they don't say over a month. I've been in this for months. Now, we've only been launched since the 26th of September, but these people have been in it for months, and they've been piffed in, they've not referred anybody, and they're complaining. You know, it's the way of the world, I'm afraid. But you get out there and help a few people, and you'll find that things will start working for you much better. And we will drag along those people that are groveling under the table for the crumbs. We'll drag them with us. We won't leave anybody behind. But if they want to get out from under the table, we'll give them a hand up, but they need to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. Okay, let's see, what else have we got? We've got Probunkim in from Nigeria, and we've got Bozina in from Slovakia. No, Slovenia. And nice to see you. She's been having trouble with her internet connection, I think. I don't know whether it's something in that country or just her connection. We all go through these little problems, don't we, with the with modern technology. Well, I say we all do. A lot of us that are, shall we say, over 50, struggle a bit at times with technology. I think people younger than that, they've grown up with it a lot more, and they're far more comfortable with it, and they can sort things out very quickly and very easily. I suppose if I put my mind to it, I could as well, but I can't be bothered. I'll be honest with you, I can't be bothered just learning everything, and so I plod along, and I got plenty of other things to occupy my mind anyway. Okay. I show you something. You know, people always make excuses for themselves because they say, I wasn't cut out for that. I don't do that, or I'm no good at that, or I don't have that sort of ability. And you know, in a way, that's me saying, you know, about the technology. But I bought a book today. I don't know whether you can see it very clearly there. And this is Nick Vujicic, and he's a guy that was on the verge, when he was a kid, you know, he was on the verge of committing suicide. And he's a guy that was born with no arms, no legs. In fact, he's just got a little bit of a foot or flipper down at, I think it's his left foot from memory. But he overcame everything, all those limitations, if you like. He's become a well-known author, motivational speaker. He swims, he skydives, he has a family, a wife, 4 kids. He's not allowed anything to stop him being everything he can be. And the change came about when he realized that he is not the body. He is something far beyond that, far greater than that. And if we could all grasp that, how wonderful it could be for everybody. I've not read the book yet. As I say, I only got it. It was delivered today, and I'm looking forward to reading it. But it is a man, I think it's hard not to admire what he's achieved, that would have really set most people back drastically. What have we got here? We've got Buzzina. I'm listening to Graham. Example, somebody registered with an impossible name and username. I just want to tell all of you, many people are not ready to do anything. They only want money. So we really don't want such people, just saying. It's nice to be able to help the people that won't help themselves. And maybe once they see the potential and see that they are capable of achieving something through the help, maybe we can bring hope to those people, those despondents, you know. So there we go. We got Gary. I set up pages for those that struggle with lead sleep, simple rebrandable pages. Yeah, great. Buzzina, unfortunately, I got such a member, and honestly, I don't feel good because of that. I don't fall for such tricks. I just want to share my experiences with you. We're all going to get people that are not ideally what we want, but you've got to understand energy, and you know there are some people that you get around and you feel more filled with life and things when you're in their company. And there are some people that you're around and they seem to drain the energy out of you. And you've got to guard against that. Not so much that you don't want to help people, but you can't allow people to drain your energy. You have to be able to build a dam, if you like, to stop it running away. And you can spend a little bit of time with them, but don't Don't allow them to drain your energy. Do what you can for them in the quickest and best and shortest way possible, and then get into the company of those that bring energy to you, uplift you. And that is one of the secrets of success. If you're always around people that are draining your energy, you've not got anything left to build yourself up with. So you've got to have the power to continuously replenish that energy and get in a group where that energy multiplies. You know, it's a bit like happiness and sorrow. Happiness shared is multiplied, and yet sorrow shared is halved. If you're feeling sad and you find somebody and you've got a shoulder to cry on, they can take some of that burden off you. And that's not draining energy from them. It's just that empathy between people. But energy is a bit similar, you know. If you get into a group where there is a lot of energy and it builds and it builds and it builds and it'll build energy for everyone. But if you're mixing with people that are always down and always miserable, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. I'm not saying you should never associate with them, but you don't want to be sticking with them. You don't want to be around them for long. You want to get in, do what good you can do, and get out. Okay. And I think it was Oscar Wilde that said something along the lines of, can't remember how he put it now, but it was very clever. Some people make you feel good to be with them, and some people you feel better when you're without them, or something. No, it was. I'll find that quote and I'll give it to you tomorrow. But it's a really funny, humorous, as Oscar Wilde was, but very true quote. Okay. So KYC is mandatory. No, KYC is mandatory for people that want to be PIF'd in. If people are going to pay their own way, they don't have to do their KYC. But if people want charity, which is basically what it is, and it's continuous and ongoing charity, then we need to know that they are serious enough to do their KYC, and that we're not getting people putting in a lot of people that aren't real and just burdening and weighing down the system, because that would happen. I assure you it would. Every time we offer something where you can get involved for free, people always try and game, not everybody, but there will be people that would try and game the system and put in a lot of false people to earn commissions and to grow their network and thing in the wrong way, and it becomes a burden on the system, and it doesn't really benefit anyone except that one person, that selfish person. So we have to prevent that happening. So KYC is mandatory for anybody that wants somebody to pay for them. If they want to pay for themselves, it's optional. They can do their KYC or not. Okay. And then we've got Bazina. Thank you. I know no one has walked in my shoes, and it wasn't easy, which makes it even harder for me to understand anyway. Too many of them are still in a low vibration. Yeah. Oh. About 70% of the world's population are in a low vibration. They are governed by circumstances, and they complain. They have a victim sort of mentality, that it's not their fault that they aren't achieving anything, it's everybody else's fault. And it'd be nice if we can get some of them out of that mentality into a higher one. Yes, I understand about KYC. I understand. I'm listening and hear you. Okay. Prospera Dugo, I pledged 2 positions. Has the payment started? No. You're talking about the banking. No, it hasn't started at all yet. We've not placed the order yet, and we won't be able to until we get your funds in. But I'm not going to start calling money in until I know exactly where we're going and how and where and when. And when we know that, then you will hear from us. And that is when things will start moving, and they'll move quickly once we get started. But I need all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, as they say. And as I say, I've got meetings starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. With some people in the UK, some people in the States. We've also got to look at where we are going to locate that corporation, because we will form a corporation specifically for the payment platform. We may use one that we've got, or we may form a new one. But no, the payments have not started yet. You will know. Don't worry about it. when we need your money, we'll let you know. Just put it on one side, and we'll know a lot better after my meetings tomorrow, because there are 1 or 2 things that we need to put in place for for practical purposes of just getting the things started. I'll let you know after tomorrow what news there is. Okay. Okay. I think that's covered everything, folks. Remember another thing as well, that there is a little rhyme or jingle or whatever you call it that says, leaders are readers. So get away from the television, get away from the media, get away from social media in particular, which is dreadful. It's addictive, I know. I sometimes get in there, I'm just going there to post something quickly, and I see a video about a boxer dog or something, and so I watch it, and all of a sudden there's a load of videos about boxer dogs, and I'm passionate about boxer dogs, and it's very easy to get hooked in that, and before you know where you are, you've spent 15 or 20 minutes that you could well have been doing something useful with, instead of being stuck in there. And I'm sure that some people get hooked into it for a lot longer than that. So instead of that, do what you can do, but get yourself a good book as well. There are lots of wonderful books out there that you can get involved in, and there are some, I think I've given out a couple in PDF format in the past, which I'll be putting out there for you again, and they are worth reading. I prefer the real thing, if you like, a proper book that you can get hold of and you turn the pages and things, rather than Kindle book things or anything else. But whatever, the information is the same, and the written word is wonderful because it stimulates your imagination, because when you read something, you read it and assimilate that information in a unique way, in a way that is unique to you, through your imagination, through your intuitive powers, and it strengthens them, and it improves them. And it's not something that you can get through watching a video, because a video has taken away from you that visualization that goes on in your mind when you read something. When you read something, you are expanding your inner visualization, the way that you view things. When you watch a video of somebody talking about something, they are showing you that, or you know, it's all in front of you, like watching a movie or a film or a documentary or anything. You know, you're getting it all pre-packaged, if you like. It's a bit like the difference between making a good meal at home and then getting a pre-made one from the store, which has got all preservatives and stuff in it and junk. It might taste good, but it doesn't do you the same amount of good. Okay, so become a reader is what I'm saying. Get rid of the TV, and when you're not doing something that is income producing activity, expand your knowledge through reading. Okay, so that's it from me for today. We won't be here tomorrow, but I will be here on Friday, 7 p.m, streaming into Facebook, We Share Abundance Publicly, X and YouTube. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy tomorrow and all of tomorrow and all of Friday until we meet again. Okay, we'll meet again, don't know where. Well, we do know where, here, and we know when, Friday. Okay, God bless you all, and thank you for being We Share Abundance. Without you